security forces are evacuating the building right now, and according to the officials here at the Pentagon, they still don't know exactly what it was, but as you reported, Katie, eyewitnesses reported that in fact it was a plane that crashed into the Pentagon.
Calm all the way throughout his reporting. NBC News Chief Pentagon Correspondent Jim Sheffield joins us live right now. And, Mick, as we look at that report that you'd made 10 years ago and you see what was going through, at least on air, what was going through your mind, though, 10 years now later, as you think back to that? And how did it change you as a reporter?
Well, as I think back about it now, it reminds me just how chaotic. I may not have sounded, it may not have sounded that way coming from me, but trust me, it was very chaotic here in the Pentagon. Shortly after the first plane flew into the North Tower up there at the World Trade Center, we started scrambling here at the Pentagon to try to figure out who it was, what was happening, and clearly from the very beginning, it appeared to be Al-Qaeda. And so we were focused on our reporting, but as you said, I was on the air, and I just threw it back to Katie Couric when the plane hit here, and it was around the corner from where our NBC office was. But here at the building, it's so huge. As the crow flies, it was probably about 200 yards. Nevertheless, I could still feel the shudder of the building. The windows rattled. I stood up. I saw people running from the building, and all I knew at that time was that some explosion, some huge explosion had occurred, and there were even conflicting reports from inside the building about exactly what had happened. But clearly it was in short order that we found out that Flight 77 flew into the building. And just a quick, I talk about the Pentagon, the building.
Right.
If you're here long enough, this place is a living entity, really. And it was really remarkable. The plane flew into the building at the best possible place it could have to reduce the number of casualties, because those wedges over there were in the process of being renovated, so there were very few people there. 125 people died, but if they had been normally occupied, hundreds more would have perished in that attack.
Mick, you talk about a living building. This is the heart of the U.S. military. That structure, as we saw in pictures, is very much damaged, now rebuilt, but